So let's start with personas. Rather like in marketing, where they segment their customers to help them think through marketing strategies, you can use a very similar approach in HR. Personas are detailed representations of different types of employees based on their characteristics, behaviors, needs, and goals. And these personas help you to understand your workforce better so that you can tailor experiences and procedures and communication, etc., effectively. So, to start with, you need to have a good idea why you want to create the employee personas in the first place. In the past, I've had a general set of personas that represent the workforce, but sometimes you may need to set up specific personas for a process. If you're thinking about absence, for example, you might want specific personas to deal with persistent short term absence, long term absence, terminal illness where the employee continues to work but needs regular time for appointments, etc. So, having decided what you need your personas for, the next stage is to collect some data. Demographics is a good place to start. So you have a representative group of personas, but to flesh them out, you need to go and ask. If you've got a persona which is young person, employed for about a year, lives in Ireland, works on the shop floor, then find a group of people that meet that description and talk to them. Find out what drives them and why. Find out how they react to certain things and why. How they prefer to be communicated with, what challenges they're facing. You're looking for common behaviours, motivations, challenges, and preferences amongst these employees to identify trends that can inform the persona's development. However big your organisation is, I really think a max of 8 personas is what you're aiming for. Many more than that, and you've gone too deep and have far too much to consider when you're trying to tailor solutions. And I always think it's helpful to create a visualization for each of them so they really do represent a real person. Give them a car if they have one, kids if that's the persona, etc. Visually represent who they are. And then you need to use them, integrate them into processes, into comms, into the way you manage. You can use them with managers who are struggling to understand why an employee is reacting in a certain way, for example. They're certainly brilliant to use when you're thinking through a process like onboarding. What is it that each of these 8 personas need for onboarding to land really well? That was a full video in its own right. I think we'll do stories next time. So, who has experience of using personas? How have they worked for you? Let us know in the comments.